Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you guys that need to remove or replace transmission shifting solenoids. Stay with us, we'll explain how to do that on this front wheel drive car, but it will work on most of the cars. Okay, it will be very similar procedure, and we'll explain one common mistake people make that can actually destroy your transmission. Make sure to stand till the end and we'll explain what it is. Before we start, let me tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. Why we do that? Simply because our mission in the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need, guys, in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making these absolutely free videos for you. If you need to buy any parts tools for a good price and quick shipping, check out the link in the description of the video below. That's where we get all our tools and supplies from. You can save quite a bit of money. Later, when you're putting transmission oil, okay, make sure you use only original transmission fluid for your car. That's my recommendation. Another thing, you may change the transmission fluid up to 3 times if the transmission is acting up. Check out the video. We have a video on the channel that explains how often to change transmission fluid, automatic transmission fluid, and it will explain why you need to change it up to 3 times. So let's go ahead and start on it now. So we have the front end removed on that car, so we can demonstrate what we're talking about. If you have a engine that's 90 degrees, okay, like that, when you open the engine bay, you face the engine that way, the transmission usually will be for the front wheel drive on the right side. If you have a longitudinal, I think it's called, the engine, the one that's facing backwards, the transmission will be under the body, guys, and the oil pan will be underneath. But this one will be for probably 95% of the front wheel drive vehicles will be that way. So looking at it, guys, okay, this is the transmission pan. Okay, that's where the oil is. Some transmission may have something like that, but for this one, it's not where you drain it. This is where you check the transmission level, actually, oil level. On the top, you have a breather hose here, but where is actually the drain plug? If you look underneath that transmission, guys, okay, if you look underneath, let me show you here. Okay, right there. Okay, come on. Let me just position it good. Okay, perfect, right there. These guys right here with a 24mm, that's our transmission drain plug. So all we have to do, okay, now we have to go ahead, okay, and get it loose. Now there is one common mistake people make. Make sure to stand till the end. So no, it didn't. Oh, yep, it went. So we're getting it loose now. Always wear gloves, eye protection as well. If you drive the transmission for about, I would say, maybe about 10-20 minutes before you drain the oil, you can, guys, make sure that that oil will come out better. It will be warmer. And now check out, give me 1 second. Okay, check out the amount of shavings, okay, on the magnetic plug. Always clean the plug, and it's always recommended to install new washer, because later you can develop transmission drips, guys. So you can see the transmission fluid is coming out. It's pretty bad. Most people don't change transmission fluid, but on most cars you should, guys, and we have a video that explains how often to change automatic transmission fluid, and in that video we'll talk why sometimes you need to change it up to 3 times, okay, to fix problems. So if you want to check out the video, it will be on our channel, guys. So that's it, guys. You can see, you just let it drain. But another thing now, if you remove the oil pan, for instance, that transmission, you cannot replace the transmission filter because you have to take the whole transmission apart and get it off the vehicle. But if you remove the oil pan, you will drain probably another half a quart for that specific model. And if you guys remove the solenoids or the valve body, you will drain probably another half a quart. You will not be able to drain all of it. Probably you will get about 50 to 60% of the transmission fluid, because you have some in the torque converter as well. Now the way to change transmission fluid, if you want to change all of it, you need to drain it good, add fluid, check the level. Okay, that's a common mistake people make. They don't check the level for their transmission correctly. Drive the car for about 50 to 100 miles, drain it again, change it, and do that 2 or 3 times, so you can get about probably about 90% of the transmission fluid will be changed that way. Because let's say the first time you will change about 50%, second time you will change another 50, which will have 50 of the old one, so that's quarter of the old one, so you're at 75%. The third time will be at about 87-88% of the fluid will be renewed in the transmission. So we drain the transmission fluid. Next, usually you may have a breather hose or something like that on your transmission that attaches to the oil pan. For instance, guys, that transmission has been used, probably, not to say a big word, but probably in more than 50 models of Kia, of Hyundai, that I know of, Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler models. Okay, it's a Hyundai transmission, but it's been used in so many cars because manufacturers nowadays, guys, what they do, they actually, well, let's say one develops the transmission, the other one develops the engine, they switch things, the development is cheaper that way. So next, once you drain the fluid, you will have, guys, quite a few, okay, bolts that you need to start removing around the oil pan. And the more you remove, eventually you will start leaking fluid as well, so that's what we'll be doing now. Always have container to catch that. So you can see slowly we're doing that now. Oh, we missed one. Okay, and soon we'll start leaking some fluid. Okay, you can see it started dripping. This is because the gasket got loose on the last one. Make sure you hold the pan because it will come off, and you don't want to break electronics. You have wires underneath usually, anything like that. So this is the last one. We're slowly going to release it now and pull it out. Okay, check it out, just like that. Perfect. And the transmission oil pan came out. Now that's where your gasket is located as well. You can see inside the canal. Okay, 1 second. That's your gasket, guys. Eventually that gasket will be exposed to quite a bit of heat, so it will turn, it will not be so flexible, it will turn kind of like plastic, and from there what will happen actually, it will develop leaks because it will not be able to seal correctly the transmission. But that's how you guys remove the oil pan on transmission. That's how you remove the gasket. If you need to fix oil leaks, what I would recommend, remove it, clean the canal really good, clean the transmission housing on the outside where the new gasket will be contacting, make sure there is no oil dripping, and reseal it. That way, okay, you will not have leaks. If you want to see any videos about testing solenoids, how to fix transmission that doesn't shift, slipping or hard shifting, we'll have all these videos on our channel. So the moment you remove the oil pan, you can get to the valve body. It is right here. That's where the solenoids are located on that specific transmission. Okay, that's the wiring harness for the solenoids, and all of it will come out. So all we have to do now, we'll remove 3 bolts that hold that wiring harness, and 1 bolt for the right there for the coolant, for the transmission fluid temperature sensor. I almost said coolant. Been working on the engine, rebuilding it lately quite a bit. So now all the wiring harness connectors go in 8 solenoids on that 6-speed transmission, so you just grab it, carefully yank it without breaking any wires. Okay, and you can see that's your shifter solenoids. Okay, right there. So we're going to put that up there. Now these solenoids cannot come out and they cannot turn due to the fact that oil flow needs to go to a specific location in the transmission. For instance, you can see those are the solenoids holes here as well. So if you look at those now, guys, okay, what we need to do, there is a locking plate right here that we need to practically remove in order to be able to remove the solenoids. So that's an Allen wrench here that keeps all the solenoids in one plane. Sometimes you may have each of the solenoids with a bolt. In our case, we need to remove that whole thing to remove them. Alright, now let's go ahead and remove the bolts. That impact saves quite a bit of time, we don't have to do it by hand. Okay, now that plate, guys, okay, locks every solenoid not to be able to move and not to be able to come out. So they might be under a little bit of pressure, okay, because there could be fluid inside. you can see each one of those teeth gets inside the solenoid, so later you need to make sure that all of them are facing the right way when you install the locking plate. Now solenoids are about to come out. You can see that's what it looks like. Some of them may not come out because you may have a bolt preventing that, so all you have to do, remove the valve body bolt next to it and you can pull them out. Now we have a special video, guys, that explains how to test and how to clean transmission solenoids. If you need help with that, check it out. It will be on the channel. It will teach you step by step how to do it, and you will be most likely able to fix your transmission. Hopefully, guys, the video will be helpful to any of you needing help with that. Thank you for watching and see you next time.